Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Craig Thatcher. This group here is called Boom Chaka, and we're going to play a few songs for you this afternoon. Let's see here. By a show of hands, how many people here are musicians? Where's my musicians at? All right, by a show of hands, how many people here named Kanye West? Okay, here's the deal. I think it's time that we put to bed the myth that rhythm is something that you have or you don't. Like it's a special gift for a small select group of musicians. I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to talk about studies, but I am a musician and a teacher, have been a private drum teacher for over 30 years. I had an interesting experience where I had a guy come to me once, let's call him Kanye. He was about 50 years old. He said, "You've never seen somebody like me. I've got no rhythm whatsoever. I'm hopeless when it comes to rhythm. Got no coordination, no rhythm." We all know somebody like that. You know, when you're at the club and you see somebody and they're like, let's say Beyonce's playing, but their body looks like it's moving to Josh Groban. And you feel sad for them like it's a bad thing. So here's the deal. After a couple of weeks of lessons, and the first weeks were rough, he's just literally watching my stick move, moving his hands with mine, and not feeling anything. After a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, the guy looks like a natural. You know, you would watch him and say, oh, he's one of those rhythmic gifted people. So, speaking of naturals, has anybody ever here seen like 2 and 3 years old dance in a park or somewhere when music's happening? That's the most pure natural. Like I said, I'm not a scientist, but when I saw that, when my kids were 2 and 3, and you would see them like when we'd start bumping music around the house, they just start moving and they're going to it. At that age, they're not trying to find the beat. They're not trying to feel anything. They're just going with what they feel and their body responds to it. A light went off in my head. I thought, you know what, that's our birthright. We're all sort of encoded with the ability as human beings to feel a steady pulse and respond to it. So I think if you have a heartbeat, then you have everything you need to make music and to feel rhythm. The only question is how deeply you've buried it, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of songs here. Looks like we're about ready to go. We're going to play a few songs here, and I'd like to offer up this little challenge for you. I want you to see if you can get in touch with your own little rhythmic clock. If you feel the groove, if it's happening, go ahead and tap along, stomp on your feet, and just see how that makes you feel and see how in touch you are with that. Okay, thank you very much. This is my group, Boom Chaka. Okay. Yo, Boom Chaka's in the house. We'll be rocking this place with the
1, 2, 3.
We got the bass drums, the hi-hat. You know we're busting out all kinds of funky. Yeah. Flip, flip. Clicks. Let's see here. All right, about ready? Let's go. Hey, let's get this stuff out there. Yeah, quickly. Okay, you ready? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Do me a favor, man. When I'm talking, put the cymbal back on. Okay? Put it back on that bass drum. They took it off. All right, you ready? 1, 2, give me the bass. Okay, wait, here we go. 1, 2, give me the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Yeah. Hey, put that cymbal back on that bass drum for me. Okay, so how did we do there? Did anybody feel any of that? Did you all right? Excellent. So we have one more song to play for you, but before we do, if you'll indulge me for a second, I want to talk to you about this group because on the surface, it looks like it's just a bunch of young kids playing on trash cans and having fun. By design, I want it to look like that, but let me tell you of a couple of things. I started this group 20 years ago based on 3 things that I loved as a young man. I was on the basketball team in junior high, I was in Boy Scouts, and I was also heavily active in scouting, Boy Scouts. So In drumline, we actually, I enjoyed being in drumline, and we played like rhythms all together. And there's something about when like a dozen guys get on the pads or the drums and they start playing a rhythm that kind of fits all together. It's real powerful. So we do a lot of that in our practice, and we try and do some of it in our thing. In basketball, I was in junior high, and we had this great basketball coach. His name was Mr. Henson, and he would get us up early and drive his little pickup truck around town, and we would just jog behind him until we got like physically sick. It was the first time at that young age that I realized doing something really hard to do that's difficult brings out a sense of pride and self-esteem that you can't get any other way. You can't buy it. The way that we do that with these kids is when you join, you get a gray shirt. And you have to meet me in the park at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's pitch dark out. And we do push-ups, jumping jacks, run, have a bunch of skills and challenges. And it's not until you pass off all these skills at a very high level that you get to wear this jersey, the red one. And so I can tell you, every one of those kids has a sense of pride in these jerseys because they earned it that you can't buy anywhere. And lastly, I said I was into Boy Scouts. And I enjoyed, when we were 12, 13 years old, some of the scout leaders would take us into the community, and we would clean somebody's front yard of weeds, or we would paint a house, or do something like that. And then for the next 2 weeks, people would see you at the grocery store or wherever, and people in the community would say, hey, I really enjoyed seeing you guys out there. That's so cool what you guys do. And as a young man, I can't tell you how great that made me feel. And I think that's a real challenge for every community and every community leader to find challenges for our young kids and our youth that make them buy into society, make them feel like they're doing part to be part of what we are instead of on the outside looking in. And the way that I do that with these guys is we play gigs. We play sometimes down on the street with a tip bucket, or we might play a private party, and we take all that money, it's been thousands of dollars, and we give all of it away to our favorite charities. So at this age, they have a sense, thanks. At this age, these young kids have a sense that they're doing some real good in the world based on their own skills, And so anyways, I had a drum student who was 10 years old who loved this group, and he couldn't wait to be old enough to join. Finally, when he was 12, he joined as the baby of the group. And by the time he was 14, he was running the show. Then he went away to Berklee College of Music on a jazz scholarship. He's been back for a couple of years. You may have seen him here. Put your hands together for my good friend, Mr. Matt Rafalian. Also like to mention, all the way from Idaho, came here just to play for you today and to support us in this. Put your hands together for Austin Rusak. I've been very blessed to be in this position to help all these kids, and now we've got a whole sea of kids behind me. The first kids are like 30, and some of them are policemen and firemen, and they're all looking for ways to maybe reach out and be mentors in their own way. And I hope that you kids feel a little bit a sense of entitlement to being in here, and also a responsibility to, when you're in a position, to reach down and help out people that need it as well. It's been a real pleasure to play for you. I hope you enjoy this last song. Boom Chaka, everybody. Help me out here, hold this. Okay. Smooth. Okay. get those shirts for me. Wait. Arlen. Oh! Go. Oh! Keep playing. Ho! Take a big bow, everybody. Take a bow. Thank you very much. All right, grab your stuff.